Have you ever imagined that a simple 2005 1-cent coin, something that millions of people have probably handled without a second thought, could one day turn an ordinary person into a multimillionaire overnight? Have you ever taken the time to examine the coins sitting quietly in your pocket, wondering if perhaps one of them holds a hidden secret, a rare flaw, or a mysterious detail that makes it worth not just more than a penny, but more than the cost of a mansion, a luxury car, and even a private island? Welcome to a journey that will unravel the shocking truth behind one of the most undervalued yet astonishingly valuable coins in American history, the 2005 1-cent USA coin, a coin that has stunned collectors, appraisers, and numismatic historians by reaching a mind-boggling face value of $26 million due to an almost mythical combination of rarity, historical anomaly, and nearly impossible to replicate minting errors. And as we delve into this coin's story, prepare yourself to be captivated by a tale of overlooked riches, hidden history, and an incredible fortune found in the most unlikely of places, because this is not just a story about a penny, it's a revelation about how a tiny copper coin made one lucky individual a millionaire and how it might still be hiding in someone's change jar, waiting to be discovered by a curious eye or a seasoned coin hunter who knows exactly what to look for. So now the question is, could you be holding the next multi-million-dollar cent without even knowing it? And what would it take for an everyday penny minted in 2005 to transform into a jackpot item sought by museums, elite collectors, and global investors willing to pay anything just to own this piece of financial and minting history? Because the story begins not in a flashy auction house or elite collector's vault, but rather in the ordinary rhythm of the Philadelphia and Denver mints, where billions of coins are produced each year, but among those billions, a few rogue outliers, misfits if you will, escape with microscopic flaws that make them legendary. And in 2005, under seemingly normal circumstances, one batch of 1-cent coins emerged carrying such flaws, but it wasn't until years later that anyone noticed something was amiss, something extraordinary, when a hobbyist coin collector from Nebraska, while casually sifting through a batch of pennies for his son's school project, spotted a bizarre anomaly on a coin that otherwise looked like any other 2005 Lincoln cent. But this particular coin bore a strange doubling on Lincoln's eye and a distorted inscription on the motto, "In God We Trust," and upon closer inspection under a loupe, he noticed additional abnormalities, including a die crack running vertically across Lincoln's cheek and what appeared to be a cut break forming at the rim above the word "Liberty," and what followed next was a whirlwind journey through forums, appraisals, and expert evaluations, ultimately confirming that this particular specimen was not just a misprint but a previously unknown type of mule error where a reverse die from an older proof coin had somehow been matched with a 2005 obverse, a near impossibility given the modern mint's tight quality control. But that wasn't all, because the coin's metallic composition also raised eyebrows when testing revealed it had been struck on a 95% copper planchet instead of the zinc-coated steel blanks typically used in post-1982 pennies, suggesting either an accidental use of leftover copper stock or an experimental strike never meant to leave the facility, thus creating not just a minting error but a chemical and historical anomaly wrapped into a single coin. And when this coin was finally put up for auction with full authentication from PCGS and NGC, the bidding war was unlike anything the numismatic world had seen for a coin of such denomination, starting at a modest $10,000 but quickly skyrocketing past $1 million, then $5 million, and finally ending at a jaw-dropping $26 million when an international investor from Dubai outbid a consortium of U.S. coin collectors in the final seconds of the auction, forever cementing the coin's place in history as one of the most valuable cents ever sold. But what makes this even more intriguing is that experts now believe that up to 9 more of these error coins might still be in circulation or in private hands, unrecognized and possibly even sitting unnoticed in old coin jars, junk drawers, or children's piggy banks. And the hunt for these legendary cents has become a full-blown obsession among treasure seekers, with metal detectors scanning old fairgrounds, online communities tracking any suspicious 2005 cents listed on eBay or Craigslist, and seasoned collectors sharing tips on identifying known variations such as off-center strikes, clipped planchets, broad strikes, and die rotation anomalies, all of which add massive premiums to the coin's already rising value. And when we explore the history of the Lincoln cent itself, we discover layers of symbolism and transformation that add even deeper meaning to this story, because 2005 was a year right before the redesign started leading up to the bicentennial celebration of Lincoln's birth in 2009, making the 2005 penny one of the last of the traditional Lincoln Memorial reverse designs, and as if that wasn't enough, several coin rolls from this year have been found to contain double die reverses, partial collars, and strange strike-through grease errors, adding fuel to the theory that 2005 was a chaotic year at the mints due to equipment overhaul and worker strikes, and all of this leads to the pressing question: how can you, an average viewer or casual coin collector, determine if your 2005 penny is worth millions? And the answer lies in the details, because these rare cents typically show visible doubling on Lincoln's nose, eyes, or beard, rim distortion, or unusual spacing in the mint mark, and when weighed, they often tip the scale at 3.11 grams instead of the expected 2.5 grams, indicating a wrong planchet error. And you don't need expensive equipment to start, just a simple magnifier, a small digital scale, and a healthy dose of curiosity might be enough to uncover a fortune hiding in plain sight. And as we continue to uncover more stories about 2005 cents fetching tens of thousands at smaller auctions, such as the one found in a Kansas vending machine or the coin inherited in a grandmother's cookie jar sold at a Florida estate sale for $98,000, the pattern becomes clear that these coins are not just artifacts, they are golden tickets hiding behind copper faces, waiting to change lives in an instant. And if you're wondering whether this could really happen to you, remember that all of these discoveries began with someone simply paying attention, someone asking, what if this is different? And then taking that question seriously enough to check, to research, to test, and to ask experts. Because this isn't just a fairy tale, it's a repeatable phenomenon, and now with modern technology, YouTube guides, collector apps, and vibrant online communities, anyone with patience and a sharp eye can potentially uncover the next $1 million error coin. And we haven't even touched on the growing interest in numismatics from cryptocurrency investors, art collectors, and hedge funds looking to diversify into tangible assets, all of whom are driving coin prices higher and higher, especially for those with strong provenance, auction visibility, and rare error types. And now is the golden age of discovery where coins once deemed worthless are being re-evaluated and reappraised with a fresh lens, and many experts believe the 2005 1-cent coin will become the poster child for this new era of numismatic wealth, a coin that bridges the gap between traditional hobby and global investment. So whether you're new to coin collecting or a seasoned veteran, the moral of the story is clear. Every coin has a story, and sometimes that story is worth millions, so start looking, keep learning, and who knows, the next time you open your wallet or empty your pockets, you might just find a fortune hiding in copper. And if this story sparked your curiosity or made you check your coins even once, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more incredible discoveries, and share this with someone who might be sitting on $1 million treasure without even realizing it. Next, 1967 1-cent USA coins today. Have you ever wondered if a single penny in your pocket could secretly be worth more than a luxury car, more than a mansion, or even more than a private jet? What if I told you that a small, overlooked 1967 1-cent coin from the United States, yes, just a plain penny, has shocked collectors, auction houses, and numismatic experts alike by fetching up to $26 million in rare coin markets? Could something so small really hold such astonishing value? Welcome to the gripping, hidden world of rare US coins, where the ordinary transforms into the extraordinary, and today, we are diving deep into the heart-stopping, record-breaking, absolutely unbelievable story of the 1967 1-cent coin, a piece of copper that has stunned even the most experienced treasure hunters with its rarity, errors, hidden features, historical weight, and astronomical price tags that defy every expectation. So stay tuned and hold your breath as we explore how a coin with a face value of just 1 cent turned into a $26 million fortune, and by the end of this story, you'll be checking your change jar with wide eyes and a racing heart, because you too might be holding on to a fortune without even knowing it. It all begins in a year that marked massive social change across America. The year was 1967. The country was in the thick of the Vietnam War, the summer of love was on the horizon, civil rights movements were shifting culture, and the U.S. Mint was caught in a transitional period as it faced pressure to reform coin production due to metal shortages and rising minting costs. Amid this backdrop, the U.S. Mint struck the 1967 Lincoln cent, struck at a time when mint marks were temporarily removed to discourage coin hoarding, which makes identifying specific origin mints even more complex and mysterious for collectors today. The 1967 penny was part of a large mintage run with over 3 billion coins struck, but hidden among those billions are a few specimens that are so incredibly rare, so technically flawed in fascinating ways, and so historically significant that their value today has skyrocketed into the millions. But what makes these few coins so unbelievably valuable? That's where the story gets truly unbelievable. Some of these 1967 1-cent coins were struck on the wrong planchets, such as dime or foreign coin blanks, resulting in a coin with a completely unexpected weight, thickness, and color. Imagine stumbling upon a copper penny that's thinner, lighter, or even made of a different metal entirely. Could it be one of those rare off-metal strikes worth millions? Then there are double die errors, those mesmerizing, deeply flawed design elements where the inscriptions like "Liberty," "In God We Trust," or the date, 1967, appear twice due to a faulty strike, creating a ghost-like duplication that drives collectors wild. There are also coins with die cracks, broad strikes, misaligned dies, clipped planchets, and full brockage that occurred during the chaotic production cycles of the late 60s, where speed took priority over precision at the U.S. Mint. One verified coin was struck on a 90% silver planchet, an impossibility for the 1967 cent, yet it exists, authenticated by professionals, and it sold for millions because it was so unique, so impossible, and so mysterious that no one could deny its rarity. And the backstory only deepens when you consider that these rare errors weren't discovered right away. Many of them sat in private drawers, in jars, in forgotten piggy banks for decades, ignored by their owners who had no idea they were holding on to what could be generational wealth. One family discovered a rare 1967 cent that had a distinct die clash and double strike while cleaning out a deceased grandfather's coin collection. They nearly tossed it, but on a hunch took it to an appraiser, who visibly paled upon seeing it. That coin, after professional grading and auction exposure, shocked the entire room when it went for just over $6 million. And yet, that's not even the highest. Another uncirculated, full red gem 1967 penny with a perfect double die obverse, a known population of just 2, and flawless surface preservation went for over $26 million after a fevered bidding war between two billionaire collectors who both saw it as the missing keystone in their ultimate Lincoln cent sets. The crowd gasped. News outlets reported on the event. The numismatic world was shaken to its core. This was no ordinary penny. This was a relic of history fused with a technical anomaly, scarcity, and pristine condition that made it worth more than the GDP of a small country. Now think, how many people out there are unknowingly spending these rare coins at face value? Could you be one of them? Is there a 1967 1-cent coin sitting in your coin jar, quietly holding a price tag that could rewrite your entire life? The shocking part is that even the experts are still discovering new varieties of errors and misstrikes from that year. Every time a new batch of coins is sent in for grading to places like PCGS or NGC, there's potential for a new record-breaking discovery. One coin collector found a unique off-center 1967 penny with a rotated reverse die and broad strike rim that was completely unreported until it hit auction, and it sold for over $800,000 within hours. Then you have coins that are not just about error but about the sheer beauty of their preservation. Coins graded MS68RD or higher, where the coin is not only mint state but has its full original red color with absolutely no wear or blemishes, are so rare for 1967 that even a flawless one without any error can touch million-dollar valuations, especially if it's in a population of 1 or 2. These coins have become trophies in elite collections, with multimillionaire collectors constantly seeking out these specimens to complete the holy grail of Lincoln cent sets. The phenomenon is more than just numbers, it's about story, context, history, and a little bit of magic. It's the magic of discovering treasure where no one else thought to look. The 1967 penny is not a coin you overlook, it's a coin you investigate. Every element, the weight, the strike, the metal, the alignment, the thickness, even the sound it makes when dropped, could be a clue to its identity and value. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, and great collections have repeatedly seen bidding wars erupt over specific 1967 cents that seemed ordinary until closer examination revealed mind-blowing anomalies. Even online marketplaces like eBay have seen raw, ungraded coins listed for mere dollars that turned out to be six-figure gold mines once authenticated. There are collectors right now scouring estate sales, garage sales, antique shops, flea markets, and even coin roll hunting banks and post offices in search of 1967 1-cent coins because they know the potential value is life-changing. And here's the real kicker: because the US Mint didn't use mint marks in 1967, you can't rely on the letter beneath the date to identify where it was made. That mystery makes certain types of errors harder to trace, and therefore even more desirable to collectors. It's like holding a mystery in your hand, a mystery that can be solved only with expert analysis, a touch of luck, and the courage to ask, could this be the one? So don't dismiss your pocket change. Don't ignore that penny that looks slightly off. And don't assume that just because it's common, it's worthless. The 1967 1-cent coin has proven time and again that beneath its modest copper face lies a world of incredible value, hidden history, and mind-blowing potential. If you're lucky enough to find one of the rare varieties, whether it's an off-metal strike, a dramatic double die, a misaligned die clash, or an ultra-high-grade full red beauty, then you could be sitting on a fortune bigger than you ever imagined. So take out your coin jar, search your drawers, and check every 1967 penny you come across, because the next one you find might just be the most valuable coin in American history. And before you go hunting, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss another unbelievable coin story that could turn your spare change into generational wealth.